Hey, you. It's 2024. It's our first series for the new year, and I'm so excited to be back to start to go through videos and formulate this community that we've been building over the course of these past few years. And I know that a lot of you had taken breaks going into 2023, so I hope you're well rested. For those of you who went through the year or through the end of the year still working, I commend you on that, and I hope you've been able to pace yourself and still have had time to set healthy goals for yourself for the new year, or just goals or focus in terms of what you want to achieve. But I'm excited to be here with you. And our series kicking off, thanks to your vote, is going to be on ways to positively impact culture. And so often when we hear the word culture or the state of the culture in your work environment, most people start to say, well, the company doesn't really put an investment in the culture, or we think of things that are external factors, or we look at culture as an external portion of ourselves, something that's done to stimulate us. And so I want to open our mind and our thought process because every person has the capability at any level to impact the culture or the workspace that they're in. So ways that we can do that is what we're planning to explore in this series. And I hope that it could be helpful for you. It could be a spark to get you going in terms of being the change that you want to see in your workspace. And, I think it's going to be exciting doing this with you, and I look forward to your feedback. So you ready? Let's get into it. So you're at the place that you work, your central workspace, and you look around at the people, the organization, how run, the level of satisfaction in general, and you ask yourself, do I enjoy the space that I'm in, right? So let's consider that scenario. You've done that. Are you happy with the space around you? What is it that you love about it? What would you describe the culture or the surrounding space as? Generally good? Are there some themes that pop up, things that you consistently see that become a reflection and value of everyone in the organization? Those are the questions that you really should be starting with when you're talking about how to positively impact your culture. First, knowing what the environment is like, taking the time to observe, and then asking yourself, what is the core basis of what this company stands on? So let's do that by first looking at your mission and vision statement in your organization, looking at what the company has presented as its core values. These are usually covered during your orientation process so that you get some idea about the company. It could also have been reflected through the company's job postings, because a lot of companies now choose to put key elements of their core values and culture within the job search. So if you look at those, I think the first step would be for you to sit down and ask yourself, where do you measure in these areas that reflect what the organization stands for? I've done research, of course, I like to do the research to find out what are the most popular values that are presented by organizations. I've worked and done culture transformations and helped organizations create their core values, but I've also seen so many different concepts and perspectives from different top 500 Fortune companies in terms of their values. But the most common ones that you see continue to populate are compassion, concern, integrity, honesty. Discipline sometimes shows up for those organizations that are a little bit more strict or more compliance oriented. Community. So those are some of the top core values that populate. So aligning yourself with each one and saying, okay, where do I fit? In community, how do I show or give a sense of community in the workspace? Do I do that or do I not do that? And usually when I have clients go through this process, it's very clear to them that a lot of the things that they want to see happening, some of them they aren't doing themselves. And so that's a great place to start to see how could you impact the culture by being some of those elements. How do they resonate with you? And if there is a great connection between who you are as a person, your morals and your own personal values and that organization, then that's an easy transition for you to make. If it isn't, then that's a question that you really need to be asking yourself in terms of, will this culture ever be enough for me? Because you have to have good culture match in order for both the organization's success and your success to thrive. So that's really it for our first session. What is your measurement? Go back and take a look at your company's current culture. Match yourself. And I'm curious to hear. I'm happy to hear. Send me a message. Let me know, what did you get from that matching process? All right. Well, I'll see you next week. Same time, same place. And I always like to say, in all you do, Make sure that you make your mark every day, all day on this world today. See ya and Happy New Year. Bye.